this is David. I'm just doing a quick demo of what's possible with an Apple Pencil and iPad for taking lectures, for sort of recording on our lectures. So the idea is that all I'm using is an Apple Pencil and an iPad, and I'm not using I've not installed any apps, only the built-in ones on the iPad. And the result will be the video, which you're seeing here, and a PDF, which you can make available to the students, and a PDF of these notes. I am actually using a pair of headphones to improve the audio quality slightly. This is just something I experimented with, and this is what seems to get the best results for me. Okay, so yeah, I'm just using this built-in Notes app, but it's pretty good. You can do. There are other apps with additional functions, but this works perfectly fine. You can put this. Let's see, if you're not quite so confident, you can put this wherever you want it, and you can just rest your hand on the screen. It's smart enough to pick up what is and isn't one's hand. Okay, so hello. Well, that's not the kind of thing you write. What do we write in lectures? So let x be a logarithmic algebraic stack, and let u containing x be a strict closed motion, and consider the commutative diagram or the pullback diagram. So my handwriting is generally not very good, like in life, and to be honest, it's no worse on this iPad thing. So what are we going to have to pick? We're going to have, say, I don't know, X. Here's a map. Here's combines from M and L. Here we have our favorite stack div to form the Cartesian product, and this is this DRL, which I just posted a 117-page paper on the archive about. And I don't know, if we want to sort of highlight some stuff, we can say, oh look, this arrow is really important. Maybe that didn't come out quite the way I wanted, so let's do some undo. Let's do a highlighter of this guy. Yeah, I don't know, this is a proper monomorphism, not closed immersion. So a nice thing about this, compared to using a sort of separate graphics tablet on the screen, is that it's pretty easy to go back and edit your stuff. This is my S of the is isn't very convincing, so let's, it's easy sort of to go back and to add things to diagrams. Which I personally found, I don't always get it right. That's something I personally found kind of tricky using a separate graphic tablet, which I've done quite a bit of, but I found that a little bit of a fiddle. If I can, if you want to add additional decoration to your diagrams or whatever, then that's all very straightforward. And yeah, you can write, I think I can write faster than I can on a chalkboard. So a couple of other things you can do. Maybe you don't like the white on black, so you have to take a little while to, oh yeah, that's my mum when I say those stuff. We could have some lines if we want them, if you find this helpful. But we can also turn them off again. Other things you can do, like maybe you don't like having the white on black. It kind of looks like a chalkboard, right? But you can flip it, and it's smart enough that the colors, because I was writing in white text on a black background, it doesn't then flip me to white text on a white background. I haven't, tried to break it, but it seems sort of somewhat intelligent in that sense. So you in the audio you do hear a bit of a tapping. I don't know. I think it's very similar to if someone's recording writing on a normal chalkboard. I think really the thing that just worked. The thing about this for me is just how simple it is, but it's just how good the writing experience is. It's just so easy to write. You can write text and just to draw complicated diagrams. So maybe I want to draw sort of the fan of some blob of P2, and then I'm going to draw my little fan like this. So here's P2. Sorry, here's affine space. Man, terrible. So here's A2. Here's the blow up of A2. If you decide, you've got all the sort of standard advantages. If you decide you don't like the way that is, then you can shift it around. You've got highlighters and maybe, oopsie. Now this is something I've not got super good at yet, but in principle I can use this to actually make my straight lines be straight. But maybe not with a highlighter. I can draw a straight line and then I can. This is just me mucking around, right? Like many decent Notes apps can do this, but I'm quite impressed that it exists just as a built-in sort of thing here. Yeah, so I can improve the quality of my pictures a bit. I haven't explored the full depth of what's possible in this, and one can waste a lot of time that way. But anyway, so the other thing, so this is currently recording a video which is going to appear in the Photos app of my iPad. I think in a reasonable format for sharing. You also have limited editing capabilities in the Photos app of the iPad, which is pretty impressive. One thing I haven't tested is what happens if you do like a proper, hour-long lecture. It's going to be a kind of a big file. So if you have a sort of creaky iPad with a small memory, then you might have issues, but I suspect it's going to be okay. So the last thing is how to produce a PDF. This was a bit of a weird looking trick. So you go to Markup, you don't do anything, and you go Done, and then you go Save File to, and now I'll just save it to my desktop. Boom. And that should be done. I have a habit of like failing to find these things when I actually try to find them on my desktop, but we should be able to do it. Where's this thing gone? I don't know. So it should be. Oh, there we go. So this is now a PDF. Yeah, it's broken across a couple of pages like that. It's not beautiful, but I don't know. To me, this is not so terrible. Yeah, so I can just email this to my students, or I can airdrop it to my laptop or whatever. I mean, I can put it into OneNote, and lots of options here. Yeah. So I think that's everything. This is, I've got to say, I like this system a lot, as you can probably tell. I've also got a system using like a more complicated system where I use this in combination with my Mac. And what I can then do is I can do exactly this, but then I can also have like a little picture of my face, as in like a camera pointing at my face appearing in the corner of the screen. Like that has, some people find that kind of fun. Other people are going to find it just distracting. That does require a little bit more fiddling around. You need a cable. Well, you can't do that just with the sort of the free built-in apps on an iPad. Well, you need the separate computer, and you need to download some other free software. So yeah, that's sort of an optional extra, but this is something that just works extremely well, and using very basic things if you've splashed out on the iPad and the pencil to go with it. Okay, that's everything. Signing off.